Ladies and gentlemen and all other humans, hold on to your butts, because I, Carrie, from Pens and Tea, is going to talk about another TWSBI pen. As many of you know, I've had a very sordid past with TWSBI. We have not gotten along. But would this change all that? The TWSBI Mini AL. AL? No, just all. AL. This was sent to me from Couronne du Comte. It is a 1.1 millimeter stub nib. And will it change my opinion on TWSBI nibs? Well, you're gonna have to wait to find out. Okay, so I have reviewed very plentiful amount of TWSBIs in my day. And one thing I appreciate about these guys is the build quality of the pens. Fantastic. Really solid plastic. This one happens to be the AL, so aluminum. So everything orange that you see here is aluminum. Clearly it's a piston. I love the fact that these are one of the most affordable piston pens in the world. It's just amazing. I love the fact that they give you everything you need to take it completely apart and clean it and adjust it, which is great. They give you the silicone grease, they give you the wrench, so you can pull out the back part, you can clean out the inside really well. I love the fact that they've got this little like slip and seal cap, and like here, like that little smoke thing in there, just like the Platinum Century 3776. So that way when you cap it, it keeps it wet. So much so that mine actually drips out of the nib and into the cap, as you can see here. Nothing too crazy. It's just about a drop or two. But, I mean, it is a little annoying, but like, it's never gotten onto like the grip section or anything like that, so doesn't really bug me that much. I think the size is cute, you know, the little mini. So it definitely fits into your hand, but it does have threads along here so that you can post it without having to worry whatsoever about activating the piston mechanism, which I think is really cool. TWSBI really does think out a lot of components of their pens. I love, like I said, the solid plastic, the metal bits there, like, you know, it's pretty springy. I love their logo on the finial. It's super cute. I love that they don't focus too much on packaging when they send you your stuff, so that, you know, what you're paying for is primarily the pen and not any fancy frills you don't actually need or want or will probably even keep. I used to keep the boxes when I first got into this hobby. I don't anymore. They get pitched because they're dust collectors. So there's a lot going for the TWSBI brand and the TWSBI pens. I love the way that they're made. I have had a very sordid and kind of great dislike of their nibs though. For me, I think I've had five TWSBIs in the past, and I have not liked any of their nibs. The one on the Eco was okay. It was the best out of the ones I've had, but they're all dry writers for me, and most of them are scratchy. The tines do not come properly aligned, so I have to fix that, and it just, you know, why? Now, I will put a caveat on that. When I say it's super dry, I do like my pens super wet. So some people, people love TWSBI. And I get a lot of crap thrown my way for not really liking it. But I like my pens really wet. And these nibs are very stiff, basically like writing with a nail. Very dry for my liking. And like I said, they always come misaligned. So I thought, hey, this has a 1.1. Maybe. I just don't like their regular nibs. Maybe I like their italic nibs. Maybe I like their stub nibs. Who knows? So I inked it up. I inked it up with a ink that Couronne du Comte also sent me, which is this guy here. And I was super excited. Super excited. I put the smelly ink in there. Yes, it's scented. It's very perfumey. I put it in there. I inked it up. I I chose Tomoe River because it's the best paper and I wanted to give this its best chance. I did one stroke and I hated it. I will find my TWSBI, guys. I will find it. And when I do, I'm gonna celebrate because I want to like TWSBI so bad. I love their pens. I just hate the writing experience. So I'm gonna stop talking now. I'm gonna get into the writing experience. We'll talk a little bit more about this pen. Okay, so this ink is a little difficult to see, but I wanted to test it out. All three of these inks were sent to me from La Couronne du Comte, just like this pen here, the TWSBI Et al. Mini. The nib is a steel 1.1 nib, and the ink for today is J.Herbin Ambre Insouciance? I don't know. I don't speak French. I'm a bad Canadian. But that is what's inked up today. The purple, in case you're curious, is Colorverse Hayabusa 54. My goodness. And the one up here, the bluish one is, let me take it out of the box here, Faber-Castell, Graf von Faber-Castell turquoise. So lots of colors to feast your eyes on. So anyone who has seen my channel in the past knows that I have a very sordid past with TWSBI. I want to love them so bad. I love absolutely everything about TWSBI, to be honest, except for the way that it writes. And unfortunately, this is no exception. The nib is fairly scratchy. It's perfectly aligned. You know, it's not like it's misaligned or anything, but I just don't like it. It's fairly dry, again, and that's a big problem with TWSBI. And it just doesn't feel very good. It feels dry and scratchy. It's not nice. I know there are so many TWSBI fanboys and girls out there, and I want to be one of them. I really, really do, because like I said, I love everything about TWSBI. I even love what they stand for. I just hate their nibs so much. You can't really reverse write with this. I don't know why you would want to, because it would give you the same width and diameter as the regular writing, because it is the 1.1 nib. I do have, like, if you're cursive writing with this, you have to be careful not to rotate too far, because it will stop writing, and honestly it feels terrible anyways. So you will get very physical feedback if you start to rotate. I haven't really had that many problems with it as far as, like, you know, hard starts or skips or anything. But yeah, it just, I don't know. I know that their nibs can be fixed. You can make them work a little bit better. You can make them a little bit wetter. You know, you can definitely smooth it down. But I don't like the fact that this is their stock nib. Clearly, I am one of the few that think this way, because so many people love TWSBIs. I'm not one of them. I want to be, but I'm not. Would I recommend it? Honestly, I still would, to be honest, because everything about the pen is beautiful. It's perfect, but I would recommend maybe trying to see if you can try it first from somebody or a pen shop, because I think the nib experience, to be honest, is going to be a love it or hate it, especially if you prefer your pens to be very, very wet. If you prefer drier pens, you're going to absolutely love TWSBI. Everyone's going to have their own definition of what makes a wet writer, what makes a dry writer. You know, like the way that this writes, somebody else might think is a wet writer, but I think it's dry. So if you can try it, I recommend it before purchasing. But yeah, even though I really dislike it and I don't have a place for TWSBI in my life, I would still recommend it to the general population because I think most people would still really, really like it. So, La Couronne du Comte, thank you for sending this to me. I always will try TWSBI. I will always, always, always be on the hunt for one that I do love. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, hit that like button. If you really liked it and want to see more like it, hit that subscribe button. New videos come out every Monday and Friday, an occasional Q&A on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.